Bob Hedgety joining me from the Tunkhannock area Tigers. And Bob, a nice year for your team, and congratulations on winning districts and moving on into the state playoffs. What's the experience been like with this group?
It's been a real good experience. This is kind of a special group. We have some good senior leadership and some nice young girls coming along, and they're playing well right now.
We knew everybody knew it was going to be pretty tight down that stretch, and indeed it was in the district playoffs.
Yeah, it was. We have our districts are a really solid district, and we have some really good teams in our division in the Wyoming Valley Conference, and some good teams in the Lackawanna League. So it's District 2's tough. I mean, it's tough to get out of the district. Sometimes teams can do well at the state level once they get out of our district.
You're a fortunate guy to be able to coach wrestling and be able to coach softball, and not everybody can do that. So what's the difference when you coach these girls in the softball? I guess it's kind of, you put the hat on at softball season, you're full go. Yeah,
it's different. The guys they can be a little bit harder on, and the girls are a little bit different. But they want to be pushed. They want to work hard, and we push them, and they're good for the most part. I mean, it's different in certain ways, but same in other ways.
Usually the camaraderie with the ladies is a little different. They like laughing a lot, having some fun. Talk a little bit about with this particular group of young ladies.
Yeah, it's laughing a lot, having fun, and they've been really coming together well this last part of the season, last month of the season. They've been really doing well and gelling well together. So it's a little bit different than the boys. The boys are a little bit more serious, but the girls like to have fun, and some of them are a little bit more laid back than others, and some of them are a little bit more outgoing than others, but they're working well together right now.
Pitching is so important at all levels, baseball, softball. Let's talk about your pitchers this year.
They're throwing well right now. We started out a little rough in the beginning, but once they started getting their command and the control under control, they've been throwing well, and they're complementing each other very well right now.
How about the hitting wise? Take us through the lineup with some of those bats that are working for you.
Yeah, our leadoff hitter is Hope Jones, and she's one of our pitchers, and she's usually on base quite a bit, and then her sister's in second. And she does a great job moving runners, and then Jenna Simmons, she's got 6 home runs this year. I think she's got right around 26 RBIs right now. So, and then our cleanup hitters, Kendra Schulz, our other pitcher, and then we go down to Paige Michek, who's our number 5 hitter, I think she's second batting average right now on the team and second in RBIs. And then we move into our 6th spot is Danielle Crispin, our catcher, who's one of our senior leaders. Sarah Traver's in the 7th spot. She's another one of our senior captains. She's having a really good year. And then our 8th spot, we move around. We have Aaron Dunn batting, playing right field, and Haley Farr. We just started moving back into the lineup hitting wise. And then our number 9 hitter is Jen Bulford, another one of our senior captains, who's having a great year right now.
Well, Coach, great to see you, and we wish you the best on Thursday. It's right here, so we're ready to go.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it.
Tunkhannock area Lady Tigers softball here on the John Mendola Show, and Hope Jones with us. Hope, it's been a special season. Boy, the competition's been pretty good in the Wyoming Valley Conference. Take us through the regular season and some of those teams that you faced this year.
Tunhannock and Wyoming area, definitely 2 great teams. They definitely gave us a run for our money. Tunhannock, both games were great games. Wyoming area, they definitely helped us prepare for the district tournament and get the mindset that we needed to have going into it. Definitely helped strengthen a team and know what we had to do to get it done. So it definitely helped playing harder teams throughout the conference.
A lot on the pitchers, a lot of pressure. Let's talk a little bit about that pressure.
I wouldn't say there's as much pressure. We have a great defense behind us, so if we make a little mistake here and there, we know that we have backup behind us and they're going to get the plays done. So I don't think there's that much pressure.
Let's talk about the defense in particular, infielders, outfielders. How about a couple athletes that you felt made some big plays for you this year?
Definitely our middle infield is a lot stronger. We're turning a lot more double plays and getting a lot more balls up the middle that we didn't usually get last year. Paige Michek, she's definitely going outstanding in center. She's tracked down a lot of balls that you would think would be base hits. So she's doing a great job out there. Just the whole defense in general, they're very strong.
How about the competition you're facing? You know, you have one game in states, and what was that experience like to get that first one done and now kind of look forward to the next one?
That was great. Even making school history, no team at Tunkhannock Tunkhannock has ever won the state tournament. So just having that accomplished was great, but we really want to get to that state tournament at Penn State and keep going. So we're still going to practice hard, go out there, play our hardest, try and take out a lot of the good teams.
What is it about this group that makes it a special group?
I think we're all really close, and we play we know how to play together more. Last year we were a really good team, but this year I think we're just closer and everyone knows how we all play, so there's a lot more chemistry with it.
Well, it's great to hear, great to see, and of course congratulations, and one game at a time, go get them.
Thank you.
Danielle Crispin is joining us from the Tunkhannock Lady Tigers softball team, and Danielle, it's been a pretty good run for you. What have you done to contribute to this year's team?
My hitting has been a little off lately, so I'd say the most I've done is really just be there for my pitchers because I'm the catcher, so I just be there for my pitchers. Kind of keep everyone under control a lot of times. It's also my job.
Let's talk about those pitchers and what you try to do to maybe keep them calm or keep the heat on, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of times they are, because we do have a really young team and they're only sophomores, and so this is kind of a burden for them because I know they feel a lot of pressure as the only pitchers in their sophomores, and they still have a long way to go, and they already are so talented. So sometimes when they just get a little just nervous and the anxiety kicks in, I just call timeout, go out, just make them laugh, make them relax a little bit, go back in, and that's when they do their best.
Let's talk about the leadership, and you happen to be one of those leaders. What kind of leadership do we have with this Tunkhannock team?
I would say with all the seniors, we've all been through this before. All the seniors, when we went to the district championship game our freshman year, so we saw this happen when we were a freshman. And so we know the competition that it has to take, we know the skill level it has to take, we know just what everything requires, and we just want to pass that on down to the underclassmen.
About the couple of batters that you've noticed this year on your team that you think are really whacking the ball?
Yeah, I think our main one would be Jenna Simmons. She's already so talented. It's crazy as a sophomore, and she has so much farther to go. I think she's hit 6 or 7 home runs already, and she has so much farther to go. And especially the power she hasn't even unleashed yet. She's going to be great.
For you, you have a future ahead of you. It's going to take you down the Turnpike South, the Cedar Crest. Talk a little bit about why you chose Cedar Crest and what you're going to do there.
Yeah, I'm attending Cedar Crest College in Allentown, PA. It's a quarter mile from Dorney Park, so that's the most famous attraction by it. And I'm actually double majoring in forensic science and biochemistry, and I'm minoring in criminal justice, and I'm also playing softball there too. And it's already my second home. I love it so much. Everything about the college is so great. It's a great school. I love it.
You got to find a way to get to Dorney Park, but you're going to be pretty busy.
Yeah.
How about just being able to be around these girls? I think Hope mentioned earlier, it's a fun group.
Yeah, that's the thing. We all, especially us seniors and the sophomore class, we have a pretty big sophomore class. I think there's 10 of them all together. We've all played together since we were in Little League. So since the age of 5, we've all been playing together. So we all know each other so well. We all know what the other players, the players' other moves are going to be right when a play is going to happen. So we for example, if I threw the ball down to Jen Bull for a second, we know she's going to throw it somewhere where it's going to make a play. And we know each other so well. It's such a fun group. We get along amazing. We're literally like each other's family. We spend more time with each other than we do with our actual families, so it's great.
Coach Hedgety is a wrestling coach. I mean, come on now. Yeah, we're wrestlers. What's it like for him to be a softball coach? Obviously, you only know him as that, but what do you think it's like for him, and how does he handle the girls?
I think our biggest thing as a softball team is we have a really good wrestling team too, and they've gone to states a couple times too, and that's what we wanted to kind of make the same thing. We wanted to live up to that expectation of he's our coach, we want to make it to states too. And that was always our goal, to make it to states, make it to the championship game, make it past there. And it was never really anything oh, he's a wrestling coach. Sometimes when he does a lot of the conditioning, we're like, hey, just a reminder, this isn't wrestling, this is softball. But he's been pretty good with keeping the separation between softball and wrestling.
Great story. We appreciate it. Of course, we wish you the best at Cedar Crest College.
Thank you.
Good luck in that next game.
Thank you.
Paige Michek from the Tunkhannock Lady Tiger softball team. And Paige, let's talk about your role this year on the team. What's Coach expect of you?
Well, as a senior, I obviously have to step up a little bit, and I have to be a leader for the other girls. And I try to form friendship with the younger girls, because when I was a freshman, I was really scared of the upperclassmen, but this year I try to mellow it down and make it easier for them to transition.
Pretty big sophomore class, a lot of talent there as well. So what do you try to tell them, things that you went through, and then of course doing things with them to make sure that this team's successful? And there's been a lot of success this season.
Yeah, they have a lot of talent, especially as a whole. It's amazing what they can do, but I try to keep them to keep their attitudes up and stay positive throughout everything and just keep working hard.
Talk about the position you play.
I play center field this year.
Take us through the outfield. Who's with you out there in left and right field?
In left field we have Sarah Traver, and then in right field we have either Erin Dunn or Hope Jones.
How about the bats this year? A couple of young ladies you think that have helped out offensively for the Lady Tigers?
I would say that it's mostly a team effort. We've all gotten pretty big hits every now and then.
Future endeavors for you? What's next?
I'm going to Keystone College to major in biology, minor in wildlife biology, and play softball.
All right. And it's just right down the road, right?
Yep.
Which is nice to see, and of course a great opportunity. What are you looking forward to with the next game in States? Because you never know who you're going to play. You probably find out a little bit of information as you approach that team, but short time frame between games. So what are you looking forward to? What do you think your team needs to do to get that win?
I'm looking forward to the competition mainly because, like you said, it's a new team. But we just need to stick together and play as a team, as a whole. So.
All right, well, go get them.
Yeah, thanks.
Kendra Schulz is with me from the Tunkhannock Area Lady Tigers. And Kendra, let's talk about you on the mound this year and your role. And you have another pitcher with you this year as well.
My role is mainly the closer. Hope sets up a nice stage and gets the defense really ready to play, and then she has them back her up, and then when I go in, I just kind of try and close the door and finish what she started and just close the game out.
What would you say the differences and the similarities are between the two pitching styles with both of you?
Hope and I have a similar style. The main thing that we try and preserve is our power, so that's why we go to two different pitchers, so that's why we'll typically switch around the 4th or the 5th inning, and that really helps us out both so that we don't have too much pressure and we can really throw our best when we're out there.
You talk about the positives of this year's team, and there's a lot of them. Take us through a couple that you see as a player.
Just the unity in the team. Definitely everybody has each other's backs. I know for sure Faith Jones is coming out to me almost every single play. She's our shortstop and she's always cheering me on. If Danielle Crispin, our catcher, ever finds me in a little bit of trouble, she'll come out and she'll come talk to me, and we just definitely play like a family out there.
Let's talk about the seniors and those leadership qualities that they have. What do they try to say to the talented sophomore class?
Yeah, definitely great leaders. Sarah Traver out in left field. She is always talking to us, always hyping us up in games and practices. Sam Stevens even, she will always have our backs and cheering us on. And Danielle Crispin as the catcher, she does a great job back there. She's great leadership. She talks to the team at all times, and they're all just great leaders.
Talk about your coaching staff and what they try to bring out in all of you.
They mainly just want us to have fun. They know we play best when we're not tight and we just have clear minds and we're just playing loose and having a good time.
And these girls seem like they like having a good time, lots of laughs.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, you have to be serious at some point, and I guess you know when to push the button, huh?
Yeah. We have great competitors on our team, so we always strive to win, just want to get it done.
State playoffs get a little different. You don't know these teams. Not like the Wyoming Valley Conference where you're, okay, I know who those girls are. So let's talk about your first experience in the first game, getting that big win for Tunkhannock area. It was a huge accomplishment. And then also now this next step. So take us through both.
Well, we played Wyoming area twice. We split with them. They beat us once. We beat them once. So we went out into that game with like a little bit of grit and us wanting to get back that win and get a little bit of revenge of what happened last time. And that was, we knew what the girls were capable of. But then when we played Shikellamy, we had no idea really what to expect. We had a little bit of an idea during warm-ups what we saw, but we just kind of kept our minds clear like usual and just played our game.
And you got a new opponent. Know much about them?
No, we really don't know much about Eastern York, I believe, because we're playing.
Well, we wish you well. here before you know it. And we wish the Tunkhannock area Lady Tigers the very best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sarah Traver joining us from Tunkhannock area. And Sarah, you're a senior, so all the girls were brought in to talk about senior leadership. You're one of those leaders. What do you do to be a leader?
I'm one of the captains on the team with a couple of the other seniors, and we kind of just lead them through practice. We try to make sure that everybody stays loose, even in tight situations. Sometimes practices can get a little intense, and sometimes the coaches can really push us, but we make sure that everybody keeps having fun because that's the most important.
Joking around with one of the girls saying, hey, you got a wrestling coach as a softball coach, but I'm sure you girls look at it as, hey, we have a softball coach who also coaches wrestling. What's it like to get Coach Hedgety and his staff with you?
Oh, Coach Hedgety is awesome. He jokes around with us all the time. Sometimes he does get into wrestling mode, and we kind of have to calm him down a little bit with like the conditioning that we do. He had us do push-ups this year instead of running. So, but he's really good about it. He doesn't get too on top of us. He kind of lets us have fun.
What do you think makes this team so successful this year?
I think that we all get along. We have great chemistry. I know myself and a couple of the other seniors, we played with these younger girls for Bob Porlacker for Little League, so we've literally grown up together, and everybody just meshes well, and we have good chemistry, which is fantastic.
Let's talk about your catcher. She's a senior. She's pretty tough. What does she bring to the table?
Oh, Danielle, she's awesome. She's like another coach for us. She's always on us, even though sometimes we're like, Danielle, you got to back off a little bit. She really does keep us focused, and she's a great catcher.
How about you? What do you do to try to make sure everybody's in line?
Like I said before, I try to make sure everybody has fun. I want everybody to get along. That's the biggest thing, and that's why I think we're so successful is the chemistry that we have, and we all joke around with each other, but we know when to be serious. So,
how about some things you remember this year? A couple little clips, I guess, from this year where you either won a game or lost a game, and kind of remembered that and put you in the position you're in right now.
Honestly, I think the biggest game that I remember was our last league game against Dallas when we beat them. I think it was 7-3 on their home field. We really played well. We didn't have an error, I don't think, in our bats. We were hitting the ball well, and I think that was like the turning point in our season where we really flipped the switch and said, like, we're gonna make a run at the state title.
Let's talk about your future endeavors. What's next for you?
I'm going to be attending Clarion University to major in speech-language pathology, and I'm going to minor in Spanish. So I'm looking forward to it.
Talk about the inspiration to head down that path.
My dad, actually, like I said before, my dad's an administrator, and he works in a school, and I really want to work in a school and be a speech therapist. So.
Your brother seems to get a lot of attention, rightfully so.
Yes,
but you're a pretty darn good athlete yourself.
Yeah. It's nice having another athlete such as my brother in the family. Yeah, he gets a lot of attention, and I joke with him and I say, well, you got the athletics and I got the brains, but really it's fun to be able to compete with him. We work out, we lift together in the morning before school, so I got to do a lot of things with him throughout my high school career. I loved it.
Well, you're going to hang up the cleats for softball. No more softball in college, but it sounds like you got a pretty good head on your shoulders for what you're going to do in your career, so we wish you the very best.
Oh, thank you so much.
Faith Jones is with us from Tunkhannock area, and Faith, you're a softball player. We also play some soccer along with your sister. What's it like to play soccer?
Soccer, it's a team sport really, but you really need a lot of talent and individuals to work together as a team. It's very similar to softball, even though the games are completely different. So it helps with teamwork and bonding, and it really helped me as an individual.
What position do you play in soccer? What position does your sister play?
I play forward, and my sister is a defender.
Who's tougher, her or you?
Me.
Really?
Yeah.
Usually the defender's tougher.
She's not tough.
No, she's not tough.
No.
All right, let's talk about softball. Who's tougher, you or her?
Well, I'd say me, because when we're batting, I don't move. I let the ball hit me. She'll move out of the way. And
I love the friendly competition. Obviously, you have a good relationship with your sister. And what's it like to be able to share all those athletics with her and your whole high school career?
it's a lot of fun. Like, you always, like, you have your best friends on the team, but it's just something special we have together.
Nice to hear. How about playing the shortstop position? It's not easy, but take us through the infield, third base over to first base. Other than yourself, who's playing well, and what do all of you do?
Third base is Jenna Simmons, second is Jen Bulford, and first is Haley Farr or Kendra Schulz. And we all together have a really good chemistry, and we know each other, and we know how we play. So together as an infield, we just work really well.
Overall, this team has had success this year. What do you attribute all that success to? It seems like there's some good coaching, some hard work, and there's some talented players, and I guess you leave the rest out there on the field and see what happens, right?
Yep.
Overall, let's talk a little bit about your feelings about being in the state playoffs and what that experience was like that first game.
Well, I've experienced states through Little League already, and it was fun and it was a challenge, but I have a lot of faith in my team, and I'm very confident in what we can do, and I think we're going to go far away.
How about the seniors this year? We talked a little bit about some of these other girls saying the leadership that you get out of the seniors, a pretty big underclassmen group that is talented. So what did you learn from the seniors this year?
The seniors, they're good at, they have their own job individually. They each know what they're doing. They know when somebody's doing something wrong, and they are not afraid to tell you. They are very good at leading the team, and they're never down. They're always picking people up, and it's just really encouraging to have them.
Well, congratulations on a very successful year, and of course, the best of luck in your next game.
Thank you.
Jenna Simmons joins us from Tunkhannock area here at the Takeaway Kitchen at Arcaro and Genell. And Jenna, you got to be tough to play third base in softball.
Yeah.
Talk about what it's like being there on the corner.
I don't know. It's definitely like a lot more reflexes to having to get the ball. But like I grew up there, and it's just like so natural for me to be there. It makes it a whole lot easier.
How about your other players around you? There really is a talented group at Tunkhannock area. Let's talk a little bit about these Jones sisters. What's it like to play with both of those girls?
I've played with them since I was 8. Literally the bond that like especially our sophomore class has, we like know exactly what the other person's thinking, and you know how they react to certain things.
What's the difference between Faith and Hope?
Hope can be a lot more sassy.
Faith says she's tougher.
At some things.
At some things, all right. The truth comes out. Let's talk about your toughness, especially at the plate. The girls gave you kudos and said you could really hit the ball pretty well. Talk about what you do at the plate.
I always like get way too over, like I have to hit it hard, and then I usually don't hit the ball. I just have to make contact, and like my body's just trained to hit the ball the way it does.
How about what you saw out of this senior group this year? What's the thing that you think that impacted you the most from their message, either verbally or what they do day in and day out?
Definitely the love for the sport. None of them could have like pulled through this year without all the love and like togetherness that they have.
As far as this group, everybody says, boy, we just laugh a lot. We have a great time. For you, pretty similar, that it's just a fun experience?
Yeah.
Well, they're laughing outside right now and enjoying everything. As far as the lineup this year, talk about some other bats in the lineup you like.
Well, now since we got the lineup switched around, Paige Michek is now in front of me. She's been hitting the ball so hard like crazy. It's just that she's getting lucked out with people making like these great catches or like hitting it straight to the person. And then behind me is Kendra Schulz. She's always there to get me back up when I mess up.
How about the volleyball, another sport you play at Tunkhannock area? What do you enjoy about that?
Hitting the ball.
Well, of course, we wish you the best, and hitting the ball seems to be the theme for you here in your sophomore year. Best of luck in the next game in States.
Thank you.
Haley Farr is with us from Tunkhannock area, and Haley, you play first base. Let's talk about everything that's gone well for you this year. There's been a lot of positives there at Tunkhannock area.
Yeah, definitely. Our defense really works well together, and we all have been playing together for so long. So seeing it all just come together and make us successful is really cool.
Let's talk about the pitching staff, the two young pitchers that complement each other pretty darn well. It's worked for you girls.
Yeah, I've been around those two for a really long time. We played travel together, so seeing them be successful and us having their back is something that's really cool and fun. It's just fun to be around.
Take us through the playoffs with the competition that you faced all the way to the district championship game, and you had a pretty good game there. So talk about some of those wins.
Definitely team wins. Like, it was good. We really pulled it all together and were able to work well and work as a team to get our job done. And the competition, there was competition, and we just toughed it out and worked together and played as a team.
As far as this sophomore group, there's one junior on the team, a lot of, a handful of seniors and a couple freshmen we throw in there, but a big sophomore group. Talk about being able to play with these girls, get some experience, and know that there's a lot of games under your belt over the years.
It's definitely really cool being able to say that we have a young team, so we're be able to build on it, and it's something we all are friends and we get along, so it's really fun.
Overall, the next game, next up, but it could be go home as well. So, what are the challenges that you look forward to with the next game and finding now a new team?
We just need to keep the energy up and the leadership, and just keep doing what we're doing and play our game.
Well, we wish you well and continued success. All right.
Thank you.